YouTube, King of Games, went Melodious, early season. We also had a 10-game win streak at King of Games itself, as you can see here. I think it's top tier. I think this deck pops off. We're going to discuss why I think it's top tier right now. And I'm going to give you an overview on some of the most powerful cards in the deck. And the matchups. Alright, first, this you need to farm at the gate, and you want 2 to 3 copies of it. Score the Melodious Diva. During damage calculation, during either player's turn, if a Melodious monster you control is attacked or attacks, it reduces your opponent's monster's attack. It does not target to 0. So yeah, if you know about Lunalight Crimson Fox, it's like that, but this is way more powerful. Because you can activate it at any time and surprise them from the hand. Also, this doesn't target, unlike Fox. So if you go up against something like a Lunalight Saber Dancer, right? This card just outs it immediately. That is very strong. And yeah, this is a very scary card, and there are ways to search it, which we'll discuss. But yeah, this card helps make the deck very broken. It is free to play, and you get it at the gate. Next is Soprano, the Melodious Songstress. So she has 2 effects. While on field, you can fuse with her, and another Melodious monster you control. She's treated as basically a poly on the field. And then you can fuse with it into your big boys, or big girls, should I say. That is generally what you want to do. Second effect is, when she is special summoned, you can target a Melodious monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Now, the 2 Maestros we run are Mozarta. So what Mozarta does, in my KOG deck list, we didn't KOG with Mozarta, but on the 10-game win streak, we use Mozarta. She can special summon a Light Fairy from your hand. So you use her to summon out your Soprano and then hand back your score. The other Maestro we run it is Chopina. So what Chopina does is once per turn you can target a Light Fairy monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You cannot activate non-light monster effects during the turn you activate this. So if you summon Chopina, she can add back Score, Sonata, Soprano, any of your monsters, really. Sonata can special summon itself when you control Melodious, and when this is special summoned, while this is special summoned on the field, all fairy monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense, so it boosts them up and gives you board presence. Now, we're going to talk about the most powerful card in the deck here. And it is called Ostinato. It is a level 30 rank up reward for Zuzu. And this card is insanely powerful. Insanely powerful. If you control no monsters, fusion summon 1 Melodious Fusion monster from your extra deck, using 2 monsters from your hand or deck as fusion material. So, if you control no monsters, you can go right from the deck. Really good. Like a better Lunalight Fusion, because your opponent doesn't have to control anything, and you can go straight from the deck. Second effect, during the end phase of this turn, destroy the fusion summon monster, and if you do special summon all the fusion material monsters that they are in the grave. So if it dies, your Schuberta or your Bloom Prima, we'll talk about why Bloom Diva won't die, but if any of those die, then you can special summon them, and if you special summon Soprano, you get to add 1 back from the graveyard to your hand. So really good way to gain advantage. Incredible card. Next is Mystical Space Typhoon. We run 3 of this. Gaia's our worst matchup, so we want to be able to deal with Gaia. Running 3 of this gets rid of their field spell and stops their grind game. 1 copy of Book of Moon. Book of Moon is really good just for dealing with problematic monsters that we want to stop, and good interruption. Now, our second most powerful spell is First Movement Solo. It is an SR, and you need 3 of it. If you control no monsters, special summon 1 level 4 level Melodious monster from your hand or deck. You can only activate 1 First Movement Solo per turn. You cannot special summon monsters this turn except Melodious. So, if you summon Sonata, a Soprano, excuse me, then you can add to 1 from the graveyard to your hand. And we'll talk about how this essentially searches score. We'll talk about that. So does Ostinato, and we'll talk about that as well. with the skill. And then Tretch is just, you know, Tretch, it just wins games. Now, our big boss monster you are from the main box is Bloom Diva, the Melodious Choir. And it takes a Maestro and the Melodious. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. So that's already good. So that dodges a lot of things, including a Gaia Pop, just originally. It avoids Levianeer, Cybernetic Overflow, a lot of cards like that. Garunix. Second effect, you also take no battle damage from attacks. So having these two effects gives Lunalight a hard time. If this battles a special summon monster after damage calculation, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the difference between the original attack of the opponent's monster. So this card is absolutely incredible, and also after that it destroys the opponent's monster. So this card is absolutely incredible. Being able to stall, being able to just swing into everything, anything really, and just pop it. Very nice, and cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. So like Sun Saga almost. Okay, next fusion is Schuberta the Melodious Maestra. This just takes any two Melodious monsters. This one you need a Maestra for. The other one, this one can be any two. And what Schuberta does is, during either player's turn, you can target up to 3 cards in any graveyards, banish them. And if you do, it gains 200 attack for each. This effect can only be used once while it's on the field. So, now, the clause that says once while this is only on the field, meaning that if they book this, it's now resets its effect. Because it forgets that it was on the field. Keep that in mind. Schuberta is very good against Blue Eyes because you can banish their ancients if they cards a consonants into it. Karma Cut, discard, whatever. Being a quick effect, you could change that. That's really good. It's also really good against any graveyard deck like Gaia. You can banish their Curse of Dragonfire and their Gaia. They turn off their Dragon's Mirror, essentially. Very nice. So yeah, this is really good to control graveyard-oriented decks. Next is Bloom Prima, the Melodious Choir. And it takes a Maestro plus 1 of them Melodious. Gains 300 attack for each fusion material used for the fusion summon. It can make a second attack during the battle phase. If this is set to the graveyard while fusion summoned, you can add 1 Melodious from your graveyard to your hand. Excuse me. So it reoccurs, it recycles, and it attacks twice, enabling OTK damage. Very nice. So that's the whole core of the Melodious deck. The one thing I do want to go over is the skill here. And the skill is really good. It's called From Songstress to Maestra. So you send one face-up monster you control whose original name includes Melodious to the grave, then play a Maestra from your deck or graveyard to your field, whose original level is higher than the monster sent to the grave, and the skill can only be used if you begin the duel with a deck or extra deck that contains no monsters other than Melodious, and can be used once per duel, obviously, otherwise that would be way too powerful. So what you want to do is if you activate solo, you could summon your score, then you could skill, tribute score, go into a Chopina, and add back your hand trap. Or, if you open up Soprano, you can go solo, summon out Soprano, then skill it up, tribute, get... Well, that you wouldn't summon Soprano. You would have to have Soprano in hand. Excuse me. If you have Soprano in hand, you would go solo into your hand trap. And then, if you have Soprano in hand, you tribute with skill your score to summon out Mozarta. And then Mozarta could special summon Soprano. And when Soprano is special summoned, you add back your score. And then you can fusion summon if you want to into Bloom Prima, because you already have your Soprano and the Maestra, or into any of your fusions, whatever one you feel is best for the situation. Now I'm going to show you a few replays here of how exactly we popped off. Some of these replays are mixed between the KOG run and the 10-game win streak. Also, Credit to the deck list goes to my boy Steven Freshy. If you're not following him on Twitch, you need to do so. And also subscribe to his YouTube. Also, give me a huge follow on Twitch. It'd be much appreciated. Give me 1 second. I'm trapped in the microwave here. My Twitch link will be in the description below. Here we go. Okay. So here we go. Alright, so we open this up. Now, on my original COG list, we were playing double Chopino. We weren't playing Mozarta, so we weren't able to do that play, but we top Ostinato with Mozarta. I mean, the play with Mozarta we couldn't do. So we top our Ostinato. We're gonna send Sonata and Soprano. Then we're gonna summon Soprano, go into Chopina, add back Soprano for the follow-up. We're gonna attack. Now, our fusion monster will be destroyed in the end phase, but it does its job. So he floats into his Nightmare and his Dreary Doll, which is a bad play by him. He's going to lose his Dreary Doll because Schuberta is going to go banish them. Now we're going to activate the effect of Ostinato, destroying our fusion. And then Soprano put back the fusion with its effect. So he goes into Humpty Dumpty, summons Abyss Doll. He's going to exceed into Giant Grinder.
Appear number 15, the puppet that controls Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder!
So we book here, and now that's his turn. Now we're going to activate Soprano, fusing with our Sonata back into a second copy of Schuberta. You don't need 3 Schuberta, you can get away with 2. And then obviously scooping, because the minute we swing over that, we boost up, and the minute we swing over Grinder, then he just loses. Or, we could have another way we could score, kill Grinder with score, and then just banish all of his things from the graveyard. So many ways to win. Now, this was the COG rank up here. This was against Zane, and he was playing Sidra with a pre-banless deck, but we beat him pretty easily. What do you think the first words you hear? Go Cyber Dragon Core, right? Seems familiar. Going to go ahead and set 3 back, bro. Uh-oh, right? We top solo, we're going to MST. We do hit the overflow, so we will be able to search, which is fine. We're going to activate solo, which is going to special summon from our deck a score, which is very good against Sidra. You want to go score against them because scores are very good at out. They can't swing over you with any of their fusions at that point. You can essentially make their fusion 0. Another good play against them is to go into Brulin Prima because they can't really get over that without a Herald of the Abyss. But we wanted to play around the Herald. Now, what we did, I know this gets a little bit confusing, but I'm going to tell you. He activated Bookamoon on our monster. We swarmed the field as hard as we could to ensure that if he were to herald our field, we'd still have a monster on the field, so we could score and make his monster 0, and make it really hard for him to deal with. I read that the last back row was Cosmic Cyclone through the legal cheating system. I saw that his delay was on, I read that it was a Cosmic, and then we went for game. Very nice. Easy win. And then we just get the game there. Okay, this was a replay of King Games. This list had Mizarta in it. I'll show you this one. Alright, so we start off pretty nicely. We're going to go ahead and summon Sonata. Go Songstress to Maestress into Chopina. Add back our Sonata, and we're just going to swarm the field as hard as we can. Set the TTH and pass. He goes circle, circle. They had nothing. Goes to mono. Now, he's using the skill Smile World, which will not allow a mono to go back to the hand.
I end my turn.
which is pretty powerful.
My turn. I draw. Check out the from my hand.
He goes Notebook into Alchemy to try to draw into a nav. Activates Inheritance to search a curtain.
From my hand.
He's gonna curtain it up, pay half his life. Try and banish our Chopina, but not before we spawn with a TTH. Sets and passes. Solo will allow us to grab a Soprano. Soprano will activate and back our Sonata. We're gonna special the Sonata. Score. Just so we have more monsters on the field, and that is game. Very nice. So like I said, really, really good. Really easy. Melodious definitely claps the meta. I highly suggest that you play this. Really, really good. Easy king of games. Make sure that if you haven't already, subscribe to my Twitch. I mean, not subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. Subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. The link will be in the description below. Catch all my live streams. Tonight, I am doing a dual KOG climb in person with a brother of mine, Axe Mango, another fantastic YouTuber and Twitch content creator. We are going to climb with vampires to King of Games. So if you do not want to miss that, make sure you follow me on Twitch. Also, I will be playing Melodious in the Meta Freakly. If you want to see me play in the Meta Freakly, make sure you are followed to me on Twitch. I stream all my tournament runs, including a tournament run with a Centrification deck that I am bringing the battle phase tomorrow. So make sure you follow me on Twitch. But yeah, until next time, this is your boy Tilt Matry, signing out. Peace.